Hello, I'm Mohammed, and welcome to our trip through Italy. There's a special joy in looking around this country, a place where every old stone seems to have a story and every meal feels like a party. Italy is more than just a place to visit. It's an experience that uses all your senses. From the sounds of old fighters in Rome to the gentle water sounds in a Venice canal, counting down 10 of my absolute favorite, must-see places in this amazing country. These are the spots that, for me, truly show the spirit of the sweet life. So, grab your notebook and maybe a cup of coffee, because we're about to go deep into the heart of Italy. Our countdown starts in Rome, the city that lasts forever, at a building that everyone knows, the Colosseum. Standing here, you can't help but feel the huge weight of history. This isn't just a pile of old stones. It's the main symbol of Roman power and cleverness. Imagine this place, almost 2,000 years ago, filled with 50,000 people watching, the loud sound of the crowd as fighters and wild animals came into the arena. I find it's best to visit early in the morning or late in the afternoon. You can almost hear the ghosts of old Rome whispering in the wind. To really understand the Colosseum, I suggest getting a guided tour or at least an audio guide. From the old power of Rome, we float north to a city that seems to go against what makes sense and gravity, Venice. There are no cars here, no buses, no traffic jams. The main street is the Grand Canal, and the taxis are water buses and gondolas. Of course, the classic Venice experience is a gondola ride. There's something truly magical about gliding silently through the narrow back canals. You see the city from a different angle, appreciating the old fancy fronts of the palaces from water level. I love to just walk around, crossing countless small bridges, finding tiny local wine bars for a glass of bubbly wine and some small Venetian snacks like tapas. Watch as delivery boats bring food to the markets, see children playing soccer in the squares, and listen to the local language coming from open windows. This city, built on wooden poles in a lagoon, is always fighting with the sea. Next, we go to Tuscany, and then you get to the Square of Miracles. And there it is, standing tall but leaning, with its elegant yet wobbly tilt. The tower was never meant to lean, of course. It was a problem from the very start. For hundreds of years, engineers tried to fix it, but the lean only got worse. It's a wonderful example, really, a sign that sometimes our biggest mistakes become our most loved features. And yes, you have to do the pose. It's a common thing for every visitor. But besides the photo, I highly suggest climbing to the top. The climb up the spiral stairs is a confusing experience itself. When you get to the top, you're rewarded with a fantastic view over the Square of Miracles, with its grand church and baptistery, and the red roofs of Pisa beyond. Our trip takes us back to Rome, but to a different country entirely, Vatican City. As you step into St. Peter's Square, designed by Bernini, you feel surrounded by the two huge curved walkways, like the welcoming arms of the church. In the middle of it all stands the magnificent St. Peter's Basilica. Going into the Basilica is an experience that is more than just tourism. Whether you are a religious person or not, the sheer greatness is overwhelming. Then you see his statue of Mary holding Jesus, a sculpture of such grace and sadness that it feels impossibly carved from cold marble. Every small chapel, every statue, every mosaic is a treasure. A short walk away are the Vatican Museums, a huge group of rooms holding one of the greatest art collections on earth. Standing in the Sistine Chapel, under Michelangelo's ceiling, is one of the best experiences in the art world. You crane your neck, looking up at the famous scenes, the creation of Adam, the huge Last Judgment. We now travel to the center of Tuscany and the birthplace of a new era of art and learning, Florence. The entire city is like an outdoor museum, but its clear main attraction is the Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore, better known as the Duomo. The front, with its detailed patterns of pink, green, and white marble, is a feast for the eyes. Standing in the Piazza del Duomo, surrounded by Giotto's bell tower and the baptistery with its famous bronze doors, you can almost imagine Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo walking these same streets, looking up at the very same dome that inspires us today. For those who like adventure, I insist you climb to the top of Brunelleschi's dome. It's a tough climb, with over 463 narrow, winding steps. The climb itself is interesting, as you walk along inside balconies that give you a close view of Vasari's huge painting of the Last Judgment on the domes inside. Once you come out onto the outdoor lantern at the very top, you're met with a full 360-degree view of Florence. The view is simply unforgettable. Leaving the art-filled cities behind, we head south to one of the most stunning coastlines in the world, the Amalfi Coast. This is where the mountains drop sharply into the blue Mediterranean Sea. The main road here is an amazing feat of engineering, a narrow, winding path cut into the side of the cliffs, offering amazing views at every turn. Positano is perhaps the most famous, a waterfall of pastel-colored houses falling down to a sparkling beach. Then there's the town of Amalfi itself, a historic sea power with a beautiful church, and high above it, the calm town of Ravello, known for its elegant houses and charming gardens that offer some of the best views on the entire coast. My favorite way to experience the Amalfi Coast is to slow down and enjoy the simple pleasures. Find a spot on a sunny outdoor area for a long, relaxed lunch of fresh seafood and local white wine. Walk the Path of the Gods, a trail high above the sea that offers amazing, wide views that live up to its name. The smell of lemon trees fills the air. The local lemons are huge and used to make the region's famous lemon liqueur. The taste of a fresh caprese salad with tomatoes and mozzarella that tastes like the sun is unforgettable. From the beauty of the coast, we travel to a place of deep sadness and amazing preservation, Pompeii. In 79 AD, the terrible eruption of Mount Vesuvius buried this busy Roman city under a thick layer of volcanic ash and rock. But by doing so, it created a time capsule. What was a disaster for the people of Pompeii became an unmatched gift to history. Walking through the streets of Pompeii is a haunting and very moving experience. This is not just a bunch of ruins. It's a real city. You can walk into homes and see colorful wall paintings still on the walls. You can step into bakeries with burnt loaves of bread still in the ovens. You can see the marks worn into the stone streets by chariot wheels 2,000 years ago. The human part of the tragedy is what stays with you the most. Plaster molds were made from the empty spaces left in the hardened ash by the bodies of the victims. Seeing these molds, people huddled together covering their faces, is an incredibly powerful and sad reminder of the human lives that were lost here. As you look up from the silent streets and see the threatening shape of Mount Vesuvius in the distance, you feel a deep connection to the past and a strong appreciation for how fragile life is. Number 3. Lake Como Mountain. Grandness and lakeside calm. For our next stop, we travel to the north of Italy, to the Lombardy region, where the Alps meet the water. Lake Como is a place of amazing beauty, a Y-shaped lake carved by old glaciers and surrounded by dramatic forest-covered mountains. The deep blue waters and the lush green slopes create a scene of incredible peace and elegance. Bellagio, known as the Pearl of the Lake, sits where the three parts of the lake meet and offers stunning views in every direction. Some, like Villa Carlotta and Villa del Balbianello, are open to the public, showing off magnificent gardens and lavish interiors. You can walk through terraces filled with flowers, with the sparkling lake behind you. The best way to explore is by ferry, going from one delightful town to the next. You can rent a small boat and explore the lake on your own, finding hidden coves for a swim. You can hike up into the hills for breathtaking high-up views. Or you can simply find a cafe by the water, order a coffee, and watch the world go by. It's a place that encourages you to relax, breathe in the fresh mountain air, and soak in the calm, grand scenery. Number 2. Cinque Terre, 5 villages on the edge of the sea. Our second to last stop is another gem of the Italian coast, but with a different feel from the Amalfi Coast. This is a group of 5 old fishing villages, Monterosso al Mare, Vernazza, Corniglia, Manarola, and Rio Maggiore, that are beautifully placed along a rough stretch of coastline. Their brightly colored houses seem to be stacked one on top of the other, clinging to cliffs that drop into the Ligurian Sea. What makes the Cinque Terre so special is how isolated it is. For hundreds of years, these villages could only be reached by sea or by a network of narrow paths. The villages are mostly car-free, which means the best way to explore is by walking or by the local train and ferry. This creates a wonderful feeling of going back in time. The Cinque Terre is a great place for hikers. The famous Blue Trail connects all 5 villages, offering some of the most amazing coastal walks in Europe. You walk through terraced vineyards and olive groves, with the sea sparkling below you. Each part of the trail offers a new breathtaking view, and arriving in the next village on foot feels like a wonderful achievement. Best rewarded with a glass of local white wine and some freshly made pesto, a special food of this region. Number 1, Milan's Duomo, a Gothic masterpiece. And for our number 1 spot, we travel to Italy's capital of fashion and design, Milan. While it may be known for being modern, its heart and soul is a building of breathtaking old beauty, the Milan Cathedral. This is not just a church, it's a magnificent forest made of stone. It's one of the largest and most detailed Gothic cathedrals in the world, a masterpiece that took almost 600 years to finish. The first sight of the Duomo is simply amazing. Its front is a complex web of tall, pointed structures, small towers, and statues. Over 3,400 of them, in fact. You can spend an hour just standing in the Piazza del Duomo, looking at the front and finding new details with every glance. While the inside is huge and beautiful, with stunning stained glass windows that fill the main part of the church with colored light, the best experience at the Milan Duomo is to go to the roof. You can take a lift or climb the stairs to walk among the forest of spires on the cathedral's terraces. This is a truly unique and unforgettable experience. You are literally walking on the roof of a masterpiece, surrounded by saints and strange stone figures carved from marble. From the rooftop, you are rewarded with an incredible view. On a clear day, you can see the modern buildings of Milan on one side and the Grand Alps in the distance on the other. At the highest point, sitting on top of the main spire, is the golden statue of the Madonnina, the protector of the city. Being up there, so close to the heavens, surrounded by such detailed beauty, is a powerful and inspiring moment. It's a great ending to our tour of Italy's greatest treasures. And there you have it, 10 of the most incredible places Italy has to offer, from the ancient stones of Rome to the Gothic spires of Milan. Of course, a list of 10 can hardly show all that this amazing country has to offer. Every region, every city, every tiny village has its own special charm and its own stories to tell. That's the magic of Italy. There's always something new to find, another corner to explore. It's a country that invites you back again and again. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What did you think of my list? Did your favorite spot make the cut? Or is there a hidden gem, a special restaurant, or a breathtaking viewpoint that you think everyone should know about? Please share your own experiences and suggestions in the comments below. Your ideas are so valuable, not just to me, but to everyone in our group of travelers who are dreaming of their own Italian adventure. Thank you so much for joining me on this trip through Italy. It has been a joy to share these places with you. If you enjoyed this virtual tour and want more travel ideas, please think about subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and as they say in Italy, goodbye. See you again. Hello?